Hi, this is Namita Manyala-Gicha. Welcome to my channel. I am a clinical nutritionist, registered dietitian, and a mindful eating coach. But today I'm not in that expert role because I am here to share something very personal and real, my skin story. I've dealt with really painful and annoying inflammatory and hormonal acne during my college years. And today I'm going to share with you what worked for me. And these are not long 10-step skincare routines or expensive products. It's just simple lifestyle internal changes that I brought about to get me from here to here. Let's get started. Actually, all started during puberty. Like, puberty literally hit me like a truck, and I had these painful, really large acne left, right, and center. Like, there was not even like, oh, it's in my lower part of the face or upper part of the face. It was all over my face. I took everything. I tried all derma treatments. I even tried face packs, home remedies, ajwain pani, ye, wo, literally everything that's there in the Heal Your Acne workbook. But eventually, I got so frustrated that I dropped everything. At that time, my immunity was low. I used to suffer from acidity. I also had a lot of headaches at that time. So I shifted my complete focus into sorting these health issues that were actually impacting my internal health more than what I could see on my face. But to my surprise, as I shifted my attention from external things to internal factors, my acne started reducing. This made me question everything that I believed about skin, and it led to a really powerful realization that is stuck with me till today, and I hope that it remains with you as well. Your skin is a mirror of what's happening on the inside, especially your liver, gut, hormones, and your nervous system. So, over the next few years, this is what really worked. And this wasn't an overnight magic treatment. It took some time to figure out things, get used to, change my habits, change my mindset, and finally start seeing results. One, yoga and pranayam. My fitness journey actually started with yoga. Today, I do strength training also, but my fitness journey I began with yoga, and I cannot be grateful enough for that. It wasn't just yoga, but even breath work and pranayam that I started with along with my yoga practice. And this gentle, consistent practice helped me a long way. I was an overthinker. I used to stress about every single thing. Thankfully, I'm over those things, but I'm still a little more hypersensitive emotionally. Back then, I was even a chronic multitasker that I am no longer, and I'm really proud of that. I'm saying these things here because yoga and pranayam helped me create the mind body connection and generate a lot of mindfulness that is being present in the now. This calmed my nervous system. It helped me reduce inflammation and also worked amazingly well on my gut health. Over the years, my skin also started improving. Second, I started eating more vegetables. Now, I don't know, this might surprise you, but as a nutritionist also, I mean, I wasn't a qualified nutritionist back then, I was still studying. But even after being in this field, I was not very fond of vegetables. In fact, all my life, I labeled myself as a picky eater. But then I realized that I'm actually not a picky eater. And I just didn't like the way certain things were made. I did not fully explore my vegetables. I did not fully explore my cuisines. I used to eat what was served to me. And soon I spoke to my mom about this. She started making things differently and I started enjoying them, and I naturally increased my vegetable intake. Even today, as I plan my meals and prep for them, I make sure that I eat the way I like to eat. The spices, the textures, the flavor, everything really plays an important role. And you can understand this once you work on your relationship with food instead of just labeling yourself as a picky or a fussy eater. And I am not a fan of juices, salads, or soups. I found my way of eating and it worked for me. It worked in increasing my antioxidants, my fiber, and all the key vitamins that are important to give your skin a break and also help your gut bacteria come back to its balance. Third, hydration. Now, I'm not talking about the standard label that is given that, oh, drink 3 liters of water per day. No, I wasn't able to do that. Even if I filled 3 different bottles of 1 liter each, I could not drink more water. So again, I started exploring different ways of hydration. I added coconut water, sabja water, sometimes tulsi water, but all of this did not come from rigidity. It came from, what am I in a mood to do today? I drank those things. There was no fixed rule No detox tea or no detox water included in this. Just a gentle effort that continues till today. And guess what that does? Your hydration plus your antioxidants gives you control over your inflammation and lets your body recover. That is what really helped. Fourth is very important. I stopped experimenting with all products. I literally gave up on applying anything on my skin except for a gentle face wash. I stopped home remedies. I stopped applying face masks, whether you get the sheet face masks or homemade face masks. Anything and everything was absolutely out of my practice. I just let my skin breathe and it made a huge difference. Later, as of today, I have switched completely to hormone friendly skincare products and makeup products as well, because your skin absorbs everything that you're applying and not just impacting the skin externally but even impacting your gut and liver, and therefore that can worsen your acne. Fifth point, which is one of the last points but a key point: sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity. I used to be someone who wouldn't be able to sleep till 2 a.m. and I couldn't wake up before 9 a.m. And I thought that it's okay, at least I'm not feeling tired throughout the day and I'm able to get through the day. But it was internally impacting me a lot. I started giving priority to the natural rhythm of my body of sleep and wake up cycle, which in turn helped me manage my melatonin, serotonin, and cortisol secretion, therefore helping me regulate my nervous system, bring down inflammation, insulin resistance, and thus healing my gut, hormones, nervous system, and therefore my skin. Now, I'm not perfect and I am still a work in progress. There are two things that I'm still working on. Number one is getting back to eating at least one or two fruits a day. I was pretty regular with this, but it has gone down now. So I'm working on that. Second is my screen time that I'm definitely trying to reduce. This entire journey wasn't linear and it will never be, but it is worth it. So if you're stuck in a loop of skin problems, maybe it is time to look inside instead of focusing too much on the outside. Instead of more products, more rules, try slowing down a little bit. When your nervous system, gut, and hormones begin to rebalance and start feeling safe, that's when your skin will start improving. And so, this could be a sign that you need to start giving yourself a priority. And if you're ready to go deeper, don't forget to check the description. If this video resonated with you, hit like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more mindful nutrition, gut, and hormone health. I'll see you next time. Bye.